we're back. It's been a while. Thank you for your patience. We just had a little bit of tech issues, but we're back now. This is Ashes of New Amsterdam. It's so lovely to see you guys in chat. So happy to be here. Announcements. You can help the mages out in the game if you feel inclined. Obviously, you don't have to. But if you do, you can click the donate button in our About section. You can give $10 to give them a reroll, or $20 to give them a flashback, which is an auto success in a dire situation. All donations go for the operational costs of the channel, to keep the lights on, to make sure that we make more content and are able to give you quality content. That is. Also, we have enabled channel points. So if you have been a returning viewer, you can actually purchase these same buffs with channel points as well. Just a little bit of a thank you and also kind of a interaction for you guys. And after the break, we will have a set of exciting announcements. Very excited to announce these things. But before that, we'll get through the game. Let's introduce our mages. We are one down tonight, but Bully will be back next week. We were excited to have them back. And content warnings. There's going to be emotional distress, religious iconography, secret societies, and other dark themes. So if you feel the need to step away for a minute and come back, feel free to do so. We want to make sure that your safety is priority, and we are happy to have you here whenever you're ready. Let's introduce you to our mages now. Let's start with Batty.
Hello. I'm Batty. I'm playing Sophie. Our pronouns are she, they.
Amazing. Zach.
Hi, I'm Zach, or Z. You can find me on Twitter, ZachDevs. Today I'm playing Francis, he, him. My pronouns are they, he, she.
Amazing. And last but not least, Vin.
Hi guys, I'm Vin, he, they, and I'll be playing Heather, which is she, they, she, one of those two. It's been a minute.
And I am your storyteller, Fabian. You can find me at Rockets and Pens. My pronouns are he, him. And I'll be playing the plethora of NPCs and setting the scene. And with that, a little bit of a recap. Last session, we did have a special guest, Josephine, who expertly portrayed one of our fairy NPCs, Power. Power was able to give our mages here some information about Tobee at a price of nightmares, price of emotional turmoil. But after that, they found themselves trying to seek refuge at Deckard's abode. Unfortunately, they discovered that some form of paradox manifestation has made its way through this dimension, through Deckard's abode. They were able to close the gate, and then they chose to retreat to Brooklyn, where Heather resides. The morning comes as the sun peeks through the curtains of this modest Flatbush apartment. A long night still lingers in the mind of our coven and leaves them wondering what's next. Here, I'm just going to ask our mages to roll for quintessence. Roll a d10. If you get 6 to 9, you get 1 additional die that you can use within the game. If you roll a 10, you get an additional. Okay.
I finally get one.
Hell yeah.
Not me. 5.
And as all of you stir in the morning, the scent of Uh, bacons and eggs fill the hallways of this apartment building. Instead of bagels and toast and coffee, the bustling footsteps of just a random residents go back and forth up and down the stairs, off to their busy lives. You awake to a knock at the
Okay, I guess I'm going to the door. That's totally not unexpected.
All right. As you go to the door, you are greeted by a familiar sight. Let's get there. Ernest greets you with a smile and open arms, with a bag of bagels and in the other hand, your regular order of and by your knees you get almost tackled by a small figure, Destiny, who is your niece.
Well, good morning, you two. Just happen to be in the neighborhood.
Just checking up on my sister. Yeah, of course.
I'm fine.
Can we come in?
Oh, of course. You can step aside.
Comes in. You do notice as you step aside by the key holder near the front door, you do notice a note written by Deckard. It says, "Taking care of business from last night. You got my number if you need me, but I think I need to take care of things." As you see this, Ernest pipes up, "Oh, I didn't know you had guests." And Vin, could you describe to your coterie, not coterie, that's a vampire thing, to your coven mates, what Ernest looks like?
It's almost as if you copy pasted Heather and like just did certain tweaks in the character creation. That is my noggin. Just a little bit shorter. Not that much different. They're not twins, but genetics. How do they work? To keep it short.
Yeah. And along with Ernest, could you describe Destiny as well?
My heart, my soul. Just a sentient cinnamon roll. Just a little kid, big hair, kind of barely maintained, like kept back with a headband, and you guys just know the energy and exuberant smile. Just a good kid.
And this child goes up to you, Francis. She says, "You're in my spot."
Francis is currently doing Pilates on his phone. Yes, I'll move in just a second, darling. I have to hold the pose. Okay. Whew, and who would I have the pleasure of speaking with?
I'm Destiny. What's your name?
Destiny. That's a very nice name. Francis Matteo Viamonte.
It's a long name. I like your jacket.
Thank you. Yes, I wear it during Pilates. You gotta break in the shoulders, you know.
Can I have my spout now?
Well, I had about 7 more poses to go, but why not? I can always do them in that other small corner of the apartment, sure.
And you see this child just like scurry over to where you were, and near there is like a beanbag chair with like a bunch of books, and they just jump in and start reading. Hey, and holds out a hand to Sophie. I'm Ernest. You guys are friends of Heather's? First time I saw her have guests. This is just a surprise. I would have gotten you guys something if I knew.
Yeah, Sophie puts out like a very delicate kind of limp hand and she's like, yes, charmed, darling. My name is Sophie, and this is my just perfection of a specimen husband, Francis. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. We are indeed newer friends of Heather, but they are quite the fine host.
I'm glad. Anything our mom
And-
taught us, and looks at Heather, is to be hospitable to her guests. So what's going on? What's the cause for the visit? You guys from out of town?
Oh no, we live here. Francis, darling?
Yes. Heather.
Oh, we're negotiating a brand deal. They're a little, not necessarily out of town, but uptown, if you can't tell by the airs and accents.
You see Ernest's face like light up and like, oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No,
Excuse my
fine.
daughter.
It's a casual meeting. Don't worry, darling.
All right.
You get like the eccentric rich types. They insisted that they see my face in it.
Oh, well, that's great. Hey, well, I brought bagels. You guys would want some? Places them on kind of like a small kitchen island, in your apartment. Yeah. I'm sorry if I'm interrupting anything.
No, you're fine. You are absolutely, like I said, it's how they said, it's super casual. You don't have to worry about anything.
I hate to sound ignorant. What's a bagel?
And it's like, oh,
Darling, you're so silly. We have those. Geraldine brings them for us all the time.
and you see Ernest starts setting up like a few plates and setting some bagels. It's like, here, I even got cream cheese. It's all I was able to get. I wasn't aware that there was going to be any company. Yeah, Heather, actually, can I talk to you for a second?
Oh, sure, of course. You two can help yourselves and enjoy your. Don't want this to be your first bagel, but by all means. And they just
Sophie just like whispers
uh,
over to Francis, like, darling, we usually call it schmear. We usually put the schmear and then a bit of lox and maybe some capers and red onions, a sprinkle of dill. It's not that different.
All you find is like the kind of like the Walmart kind of brand of like dill, and no capers and no locks. But Heather, your brother takes you aside, and his happy demeanor kind of changes, more of a serious like tone. Hey, I tried coming by yesterday, but you weren't here, and I kind of found this, and he gives you a piece of paper on the door. I was gonna leave it, but I didn't want people maybe snagging it as they walk by the hall. And he hands you this piece of paper.
Oh, okay. And she looks at the piece of paper.
Yeah. On it is a notice. You have failed to reply. It says that you failed to reply about a kind of arrangement of a rent increase. And that because of this failure, you are being asked to find a new settlement for within the 30 days. It's like, look, I didn't mean to pry, but I thought everything was good.
It is. This is just a misunderstanding. I appreciate you caring about me and my discretion, and I mean, I don't really have any words beyond that other than thank you, and I'll get this sorted out.
Look, I don't want to step over anybody's toes, especially yours.
No. I understand.
If you need legal help, we have a friend who's like into these sort of things, so we can probably try to sort it out. They can't just do this to you.
Like I said, I have it under control. And you see those two out there. They literal millions just stepped into the room. That sounded very manipulative. Let me take that back. They are rich.
I'm
and
smearing
they're
it myself.
They do seem quite affluent. But yeah, any help I can do. If you need a place to stay, I mean, you know.
No, I'm attached to the place. I am pretty sure if I just speak candidly, honestly, they have to have a heart. That's what I'm pretending, that these people have hearts.
I mean, I don't know if they do. I mean, I've seen some of these landlords making videos about like tipping themselves, and it's just disgusting.
I'm aware. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I refuse to stitch. Like I said, thank you, and don't worry. You have so much to go around, and a daughter, so please don't worry about me.
Look, I'm just saying, two income household. It's easy to help out.
I know.
Okay.
It's a pride thing. But I have it. I promise.
Of course. I love you, okay?
I love you too.
And he looks
Okay.
around. It's like, Destiny does love this place. So if there's anything we can do, just let me know.
I know. I will.
And he kind of escorts you out with to the kind of like kitchen living space area, and he calls over. It's like, Destiny, come on, we gotta get you to school. And you see her like, do I have to? Can I just, get one of those letters? And he's like, me and your dad can't go to Uncle George every time, so let's go. We gotta get you to school. And you see him exasperated, like, ugh, okay. And you see Destiny walks over to Sophie and is like, you're pretty. And kind of gives you like
You're
this.
pretty too, darling.
And kind of gives you like this, like, kind of small, kind of that thing, like, I forgot what it's called. Those things that you open with your fingers and you close and there's colors, and just gives
Like
you
a
one.
fortune teller?
Yeah.
The paper one?
Yeah, a little bit. Okay.
Sophie has like just on one wrist is just like a slew of different types of bracelets. And she unclasps one and says, okay, I'll give you something in return. Let me see that beautiful, delicate little arm of yours. And she lifts it up and then just like wraps it around twice because of how small she is and clasps it. And definitely just gave her like a 14-karat gold little bracelet.
And you see Ernest like, you don't have to, like, I'm so sorry. No.
Fine. No, it's fine. It's one of my own designs. It's an older one. It's okay. It looks wonderful on you, darling. Besides, I have so many.
And you see Destiny gives you kind of like a hug. It's like, thank you. And looks at you, Francis, and is like, you're sweaty. And then just like waves and then just runs out. And you see Ernest just mouth like, I'm sorry. And then just gives you kind of like a side hug, Heather. It's like, call me if you need anything. And just runs off to join his kid in the hallway.
And they shut the door. I am so, kids are kids.
Don't apologize. Your family's so charming. That little one. What a precious little doll.
So cute. And can I just say, Francis took a Taco Bell napkin from on the table and tucked it in his collar. Can I just say, genius to separate the bagel and the cream cheese so that you can smear as much as your heart desires. I get them given to me with cream cheese, and look at this. There's as much cream cheese as there is bagel.
My darling loves to indulge.
Francis, can you roll me a wisdom in Streetwise real quick?
Let's do it. Let's see here. Well, I can't roll anything for Streetwise. Where's wisdom?
I really hope
wits.
Francis isn't lactose
Sorry.
intolerant.
Very good.
I need to get 2 successes.
I didn't.
Didn't you see, Heather, that the packaging of the cream cheese was butchered and opened? Like some of it is on the island. It was terribly opened because this affluent gentleman is used to having their assistant do all these things for them.
Your can opener is splayed out in the open, just covered in
cream cheese. And yeah, you guys kind of get a respite of silence from what happened the night before, from what's happening right now. You get kind of a quiet moment for just for you, so you can talk about what has happened and what you guys want to do about it.
So, a nice place you have here, Heather. Sorry we had to impose so suddenly.
Oh, no, it's absolutely fine. And they are putting the elbow grease into cleaning this cream cheese. If you haven't noticed the absence, Deckard went to quote unquote take care of things. I would be concerned if this was any other situation where he would say take care of things, but I'm sure he's fine in the city by himself.
I did thought that I heard him shuffling about in the wee early morning hours. I imagine he probably has quite the mess to clean up in his place. I am not sure what it usually looks like, but it was quite a disaster, to put it frank. But you know, I do have this. She reaches behind her, off the ground. She holds up the dousing, improvised dowsing rod that she made with the goo on the end.
Sufi, real quick,
yes.
Can you just roll me a wits and awareness, kind of like a retroactive wits and awareness, if you heard Deckard maybe whispering something as he was shuffling about in the morning?
Ooh, okay. I only got 1 success. I'm apparently a heavy sleeper.
It's all right. You didn't really make out what he was saying in the morning. You did definitely hear him shuffling about. But that's it.
So yeah, there's this thing about in the city right now. And then there's also that the deal with Tobee. and Toby's brother. Oh dear, there's a lot, and she just kind of leans back and sort of rubs her temple a little bit.
Peeling off another couple rectangles of paper towels to hand to you. Any other problems we should know about?
Not that I'm aware of.
Good. Then, it's your choice as the host. Want to go hunting for a ghastly little ghast, or do you want to go to NYU or wherever else Erin is being held? It's up to you.
Well, there is a slightly more human matter I need to attend to first. And then we can decide which supernatural thing we want to just...
Sure, yeah. The bathroom is free. Deckard's already gone. I'm pretty sure I aired it out perfectly. So, once you're done in there, we can get on going.
Right. They're going to hope. I guess they're already like refreshed and ready for the day. You all are welcome to whatever. I know it's not a lot of amenities, but feel free to help yourself. I have books. I have recipes, and they do just kind of excuse themselves and see if they can get this sorted out.
Okay.
But so we're just supposed to stay here and read a book while you go run errands, and there's a paradoxal creature running about the city and demons, and frankly,
I mean, you're
don't understand
welcome
your
to
priority.
join. It's very boring, but it...
So this isn't the bathroom. This is a longer thing.
Yes.
Is it something we get Geraldine to help with? I just feel like perhaps there's more pressing matters at hand with, that portal that was in Deckard's ceiling and the goo monster that is out there somewhere.
I understand that we have a lot right now, and the time that we can go back and forth with this, I could already have this taken care of. So I do apologize. But this is quite pressing for me. This has been an issue before we have all started these magical hijinks. It'll be just a moment. And there's gone.
There's fire in your heart. Heather, be strong. And I am going to make a souffle.
A souffle? Darling, since when did you know how to make a souffle?
Since just now.
As you hold
Many
up
recipes.
a recipe, Heather, I assume you're going to your landlord. Your landlord lives a building over. They own about 2 more properties within the block. Not within the block, within the neighborhood. But this one is their kind of like main property. And you buzz the doorbell. And you hear kind of like shuffling. Who is it?
It's Heather. Across the street, building over.
Oh, the Adler girl. Alder girl. Adler, Adler, whatever.
Yeah.
And you hear a buzz. You've been here before. It's only on the first floor. Door at the end. It's the only unit on the first floor. Hear the chain disengage and the lock disengage. And as the door opens, it's this older lady. Very pale, graying hair, kind of you know that like the gray is just by the roots. Very, very plasticky nature this woman has as they welcome you in. It's like, come in.
Oh, thank you.
And as you enter, it's a clusterfuck of things. This woman clearly is a hoarder. She looks about around in their late 70s. Has like a lot of newspapers, has a lot of like tchotchkes in kind of like a cabinet. You see old musty furniture, the smell of what you can probably think of as a cat kind of hits your nose. And you see kind of 4 cats playing by the backside of the apartment. So I tried reaching you, but I can't really, I couldn't really get through. So I assume you got my letter, my message on your door.
Yes, I did, and I apologize for being unavailable. Like, new business ventures have me across the city so many different times. But yes, I'm here to discuss that.
Oh, new business ventures. Okay, that's good. And you see her demeanor kind of like soften a little bit, and she's like sits by like this coffee cup that's half drunk. So, have a seat. What do you want to discuss?
I guess it said something about another arrangement. What necessarily would that entail? And like they're just getting more and more nervous the longer they're in here, and the smell is not helping, and the sights are just coming in on them. But they seem normal, but the nervous energy just keeps getting worse.
Look, unfortunately, some of my properties are out of commission and, well, out of tenants right now. And I was hoping to maybe strike up a deal. You seem like a good tenant, albeit having a hard time reaching you for the last few days. I was hoping to strike up a deal with you. Maybe raise a little bit of the rent to cover both of us. You know, you understand this is my only livelihood. I'm already old, and I was hoping we can come to a settlement, and maybe we can still have you as a tenant.
How much would this increase be?
Well, with the market value, kind of like she starts spewing a bunch of jargon. She mentions a Starbucks opening down the block and like a bunch of like new businesses. With everything that's happening, I think it's only fair that maybe we can raise it about 700. That's pretty modest, if you ask me. Yeah, it's an up and coming neighborhood. You know, they're starting to call it something else other than Flatbush. So maybe we can come to terms with what's going on, and you can agree with me. I'm an old lady. I don't want to prolong whatever this negotiation is.
I think beyond me, V going, what the Heather's reaction is a little more muted, maybe like an eyebrow quirk at the very most. The paper does kind of crinkle from their now clenched fist in their lap. I understand. There's so many more things now, and there's so many new people. I was one of those people not too long ago. I do uh, need to go look at my own finances before I can agree to this.
Well, just remember, there's 30 days. You can let me know. Earlier the better. I don't want to send my boys in and, help you pack. So just let me know you have my number, and please answer your phone. 'Cause I'm an old lady. I can only operate certain hours of the time. And my son tries to help me out, but he's living his life. I think he's in Florida right now. Anyway, please do let me know if this is agreeable to you. I hope it is. I really would love to keep you as a tenant. And you kind of feel like a hint of what's the word that I'm looking for? Sarcasm in that tone.
Gotcha.
Clearly, only money talks in this conversation right now.
And instead of giving like their normal platitudes and like niceties, they just stand right up and going for the door.
Yeah. Oh, you want a cookie, honey?
No, thank you. I have bagels back at my place.
Bagels, very fancy. Maybe you can afford it. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon, okay? And she opens the door, and as you exit, it just slams behind you.
And just gonna start walking. 70 is the average, 70 is the average, 70 is the average, 70.
And I want to ask you right now and give you an opportunity to do something.
Oh no.
Do you want to do some form of magicry at this moment?
Oh, absolutely. Do you know the dangers of hoarding? Things can just happen to fall. They're like typing on their phone.
Okay, as you're typing
Yeah.
on your phone. Let me just, it's been a while, so I'm just going to take out our table as to what this roll is going to be. Definitely your arete comes to play. And roll me some entropy along with that.
Absolutely. Oh boy. Big money, no whammy.
I need you to get only 3 successes.
3 on the money, baby.
Okay. And you're just kind of in your own head. Time kind of stops. You don't even notice that you're standing in the hallway for a while searching. What are the dangers of hoarding? What are the kind of negative effects to a person? You see a bunch of psychological studies. You see a bunch of statistics. It takes a while. And you're like, I better get back. And as you walk back, while you're walking towards the first door to the exit, you're kind of a clatter. Not sure what it was. And you look back and like the hallway kind of elongates and kind of twists and turns, and then it goes back to normal. You look at your watch. It's been 40 minutes. It's weird. Just like, whatever your reaction is to that is your reaction. And as you exit, you notice a car speeding towards the location, kind of like a community vehicle. You see somebody in a shirt called Life Alert. And they rush past you into the door. Somebody yells, "Hold that door." They go in, and the rest is history. You go back to your apartment, and Francis, I need you to roll me craft and wits, please.
You know this is about to be a bomb souffle. Huh.
Yes, a bomb.
Well, I actually got one critical success.
That's
And
just
that's
one
it.
success, unfortunately. How many
Oh.
successes in total did you get?
One.
Okay, you needed 3 because it was something that you've never done before. The smell of burning sugar hits your nose, Heather.
Darling, that's quite the fragrance. It's certainly... Is it good? It's different. It's different. We could work it in.
Darling, no, we're not working this into. How do you open this window?
It's
Seriously.
challenging, darling. It's a challenge to the senses. It's art.
It's
This
a
is what-
challenge, all right.
Heather, this is what you walk into.
Heather!
Sophie takes the scarf off around her neck. It's like Chanel or something, and she's like wafting through the window.
The window is cracked like a bit, like about 2 inches.
Yeah, that's as far as Sophie could get it up.
The oven
She's
mitts are on backwards. Heather!
The thumbs are just sticking
Yeah,
out.
sticking out the front. How was your trip?
They're just gonna walk past Francis, open the window, and like on the way to the kitchen, they just pluck one of the oven mitts off and put it on. And when they open the oven, just the ghost of the words, "Oh, it's differently different," just wafting in their head.
Francis is so creative.
Everybody's so creative. I see how it's done. Like, we shouldn't have did it like that, but we did it anyway. And just murmuring as they get that sugar volcano out.
You're able to put out everything, open the window, do your little dance and song and dance to get it up. Fresh air hits your noses as the circulation now kind of goes around the apartment. And you're left wondering, Heather, did you just do that? Did you just cause something to happen?
We're not.
Heather, darling, did everything go well in your little errand? You look a little lost in thought.
Maybe it's all the smoke. I need to clear my head a bit.
Yes, it is
Insight.
quite strong.
Can I insight? I'm not gonna use magic.
Sure. Wits and insight.
Could I possibly counter with charisma and subterfuge?
Composure and subterfuge.
Thank you. That'll work.
I have 4 successes.
So the number to beat is 4, so you need a 5.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. I also got 4.
Okay. Well, 4 is a good number, I would say. I think Defender wins. You're having a hard time to read, Heather, right now. Definitely something was plaguing their mind, but it might be just the smoke from your souffle.
Listen, if you're upset, I am very sorry. I did my best. I followed the book. I set it to... Oh. It says 350 here. I did not set it to 350. But, I would be happy to get a cleaner in. I can hire someone out. Maybe scrub-a-dub-dub the oven. And, solve it right away.
I think at the mention of hiring a cleaner, going back to such opulence and just the disparity between the two, they frown a little and try to reconfigure the face. Oh, it's fine. Look, no one's burnt. It's an oven. It's things. We can always buy new things. As long as you're okay. I can understand the smoke can be a little suffocating, and that is a very advanced recipe to, I assume, try for the first time.
Yeah, the first time. I've cooked an egg. I think. It was in
My,
college. It was
my
desperate.
darling just radiates confidence, and honestly, most things he tries, he's able to achieve. The souffle we'll have to face again another day, dear.
Another day.
Maybe we can make a whole series on cooking for beginners.
Wouldn't that be delightful?
Well, despite having not eaten, besides the bagels from earlier this morning, I'm ready to get up and go if you are, unless you need to rest. Maybe you had a more eventful trip than us, although I doubt it.
I doubt it too. They go to close the window, and if possible, is it facing the building?
It's facing the outside, so you can see what's happening outside. Give me wits and awareness.
All right.
I just need you to get 2 successes for this one.
All right. That is. I'm gonna re-roll, actually.
Okay.
2 successes.
You see a stretcher. And on the stretcher, is a sheeted individual. And you see another car, like a Tesla, come and searching the memory of who it was comes out. You kind of remember them being introduced as a nephew of your landlord, and is just in shock. And they roll the gurney into this kind of like ambulance, and that's what you see.
I'm gonna say that Sophie's still standing by the window and is sort of noticing the commotion out of the corner of their eye. And just reacts like, oh dear. Oh, how awful. There's someone being loaded up on a stretcher. Well, that's quite sad. Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, Francis walks on over and is like, my goodness. What terrible happenings here in Brooklyn, New York.
Looking over to Francis and then catching a glimpse of Heather's face. Heather, dear. Oh, do you know this person?
Well, it was an accident.
Did you witness what happened?
Man, they just slammed the window shut. The tight swallow. It was an accident. It was I shouldn't have been searching anything.
Okay.
Searching.
Okay.
Heather, did you do math? Did you do? Oh,
Sit down, Heather. Sit down. Francis pulls out a chair.
yeah. Sophie sits down next to you and just like very gently reaches her hand out to kind of touch Heather's arm softly to see if it's okay and if Heather doesn't mind the touch. And then she just sort of like reaches more toward her hand and rubs and says, if it was an accident, dear, please try not to take it too hard. It's magic is such a volatile force, and you're still learning, and unfortunately, accidents do happen.
I don't know if I can. Thank you for trying. There.
Certainly, you didn't intend to unalive this person.
I don't know what my intentions were. I was just too overwhelmed. That doesn't justify. I hope she's okay. I know she's not okay.
Don't take it hard, dear. And Sophie just sort of rubs her back gently, like near her shoulder, and I can't put myself in your shoes. I can't imagine how this feels. I can't tell you not to feel guilty. But I can tell you that you can learn from this experience, and you can learn to be more careful with your intentions and how you use your magic. It's something we all have to learn, and we all experience accidents when we're learning how to control our magic to varying degrees. Do you need a glass of water?
No, I can't say what you just told me at a funeral. I couldn't say that to a perfectly normal person who lost their grandmother. I'm trying to pretend that maybe it was just broken bone when I know that woman is not okay.
Heather.
Of course, you can't explain the magic, but maybe it was just a broken bone.
Heather, were you angry with this woman?
I was frustrated.
Were you close?
No, that was my landlady. I had a settlement, a notice for my place. That's why I said it was urgent, and it was predatory to say the least, but that doesn't mean I just kill someone whenever I'm upset. I don't get to eviscerate someone when my shoes get scuffed by accident. So forgive me for being a little more than cross with myself. I never wanted any of this, and this is why I shouldn't have this. I'm sorry, that was...
No. These things happen because of deep feelings, deeper than frustration. Human feelings, but they happen, and it's important that we pay attention to them. And I think if this in any way manifested as an intention, that means maybe knowing that you are a good person who tries to do right by people, you had good reason to be angry, I'm sure. Now, that just means that you are someone who very unfairly and very cosmically has to keep that in check, and we all learn the hard way. My uncle walks with a limp now, and that's on me. So, learning experiences.
By that same token, I didn't incinerate you for ruining my favorite baking.
Here I am.
See? You can learn to control the connection between your emotions and your magic. Sometimes when the feelings are extremely strong and teeter on the edge of volatile, that's just where a bit more mindfulness and practice comes into effect. You know now the extreme of your power. I have full faith that you will be able to control.
And that's what I'll tell the police. Oh, I just happened to lose control.
You will tell the police nothing, I think.
Yes, because even if you do say what actually happened, and they're normies, how could they possibly understand? They're not going to believe that magic was at play. They're going to put it frank, they're going to put you in a loony bin. You can't even begin to try to logic that.
What is
You
this
just
about
have to live with it.
your housing situation, Phoebe? I don't understand the terminology, so could that be seen as a valid reason for anything that you could have done? In court, I mean.
I don't want either of you involved in any of that. We'll just see what happens. Thank you. Thank you for trying to make me feel better for being a murderer. We have other pressing magical adventures to finish. So I'm just going to close this book and put it back in whatever library I have in my psyche. And that totally makes sense. I'm just trying to find some funny way to say compartmentalizing. So let's just go. We needed to go to NYU, right? We're supposed to find a paradox.
Separate
Yes.
things, separate matters. The paradox you can find with the help of Sophia's dowsing rod. So.
Yes. Before we go any further, though, I think it's important that you don't call yourself a murderer. I've watched plenty murder mysteries in my day, and if magic was involved,
Plenty.
there's no smoking gun, darling. So please. This is complicated, sure. But
I know, and
you can't walk around with this guilt that you're a murderer. You, not by normal court standards by any means, but also we know you're a good person. And I'm sure that if you weren't magical, you wouldn't walk into that person's home with a weapon and enact harm on them. So please do keep in mind your intentions are not as malicious as you are making them out to be.
thanks. And just to physically abscond from this conversation, they're gonna look for Regina.
Okay. Your grimoire sits on a nightstand. Well, not a nightstand, kind of like a chair where you put your bag on. And it's there. Easily pick it up, open it if you need. Journal if you would like.
No, they just wanted to physically take themselves out of that and just recover. You kind of drum their fingers across the book, not necessarily talking to it or writing, just need something to take their mind off of what the fuck just happened.
Okay, I'm gonna ask for a roll.
Okay.
It's gonna be composure and prime. No arete. Just composure and prime.
Ooh, I have a no prime. It's all composure.
I need you to roll at least 2 successes on this.
Just
One
one.
success. You feel kind of like a warmth kind of run down your
Is there
spine.
any way I can like help?
And I want to take this failure.
this-
Let's.
No, you do. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Let's
not
go.
it's not a huge thing. You just feel a warmth run down your spine of kind of, it kind of feels like empathy, commiseration from the book. You don't really feel anything else, but it kind of brings you kind of, whether it's comfort or vindication, whatever feeling it might give you, it gives you that feeling that whoever Regina is, whether it's a person or this book alone, understands what you're going through and might have had a similar experience somewhere in time. So yeah, whether it's comfort, whether it's whatever emotion you feel right now, do know that this book understands where you're coming from, understands what happened, and does not judge you whatsoever. And
That is.
yeah.
Oh, it's certainly a mix of emotions. If the magic book feels bad for me, not great, but they don't want to think about it. They do rejoin Sophie and Francis. Okay, I'm ready.
Good. Okay.
Sophie hands Heather a glass of water. After all, I
Thank
know
you.
this is a small, simple thing, but it's important to stay hydrated.
No, it is very important. Actually, I'm thinking that's going to be my little tweet of the day. We don't necessarily do Twitter, but it'll be nice to remind people to hydrate or die straight, like I say.
Right, wouldn't want that.
No, absolutely not.
Francis, your phone buzzes.
You gonna check it?
It's Geraldine. You see a text that says, "I'm at the house. Where are you? Are you okay?" And it's a string of texts. "What's going on? Please answer. Do I need to call the cops? Where are you? Am I fired? I'm sorry. I really am sorry about the house. Please please text me." It's just a string. It keeps coming.
I'm just gonna call her.
Hey, Francis, I'm at the house and you're not here. Is everything okay?
Not supposed to be at the house, Geraldine. You got attacked there.
I couldn't sit still and I just wanted to get working, and you weren't at the office. Sophie wasn't at the office, so I thought you were here. I actually brought you your regular bagels, lox, cream cheese, capers, and red onions.
Ugh.
I'm not
Two
fired, right?
No. 2 things, Geraldine. 1, fantastic order. From now on, bring me the bagels and the cream cheese separately. Number 2,
Noted.
I'm going to say this, and I might never say it to you again, so take heed. Go sit still somewhere safe, and we'll pay you for it. Please just don't get attacked again, and we'll be fine, and you're not fired.
Okay, I guess I can take a spa day. The driver is also here wondering, should they pick you up somewhere? Do you want me to relay it?
No, if you could just... what's that thing called? Text me the instructions on how to get... a Metro card.
Oh. Sure. Okay. All right. I'll text it to you right now.
Great.
And in a few minutes, you get a text of like strict directions as to how to get it. It tells you don't need a Metro card anymore. You can easily just tap your phone. Like it gives you all these like kind of like workarounds. And at the last message it says, I really adore you and Sophie, and thank you. And thank you for caring.
No one's ever thanked me for caring. Guess I should care more often. Well,
Darling, what's this about a Metro card?
fear not, we can tap our phones. We're
Tap
going to
our
keep
phones to what?
public transportation.
Sophie's like taking her phone and like taps it to yours. And it's like,
No,
what's
no.
happening?
I think we should leave our driver out of whatever we do next. So, we're going to be riding with the people.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Where? How? Oh, right. And then she like reaches back for the dowsing rod again.
Yeah.
Are we following this, or are we going to the college?
We follow this to find the creature, and then we take whatever routes on the public transportation will keep us on track, or get us closer, or we Google Maps it.
Well, I would like to enter. Well, I am very surprised by this notion. You and public transportation are not two things I would put together in a sentence. But I'm pretty sure the public is not like my brother, kind of out of touch with pop culture and fashion. Are you sure you want to? I feel like that would be a little not out of character, but I wouldn't want any of you approached or swamped, or that could be a problem.
Maybe we can change?
Yeah,
And-
I didn't bring my walking shoes, that's for sure.
I'm pretty sure we can do like a ride share instead of the subway.
That works
If-
too.
That sounds wonderful. Yes, let's do that option.
Sophie's relief is killing me.
Yeah. As you decided to ride share, where are you guys going?
We follow the rod.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys are looking for the manifestation and not the college. All right.
we're
Well,
gonna-
I guess first I'll ask, do we want to seek out Erin and get more information on Tobee, or do we want to fight a thingy?
As much as I don't want to fight a thingy, it does seem like a giant, terrifying, globulous creature terrorizing the city might be bad for our kind. And I mean our kind, not just our kind. Just, like gesturing to Francis.
Personally, my only counter would be, I'm pretty sure Deckard, I would want to deal without him. And if he's off, God knows where, I think 4 is better than 3 against 1.
That is actually a very good point. Okay.
All right.
To the
well,
college.
Yes. Fabs, could you refresh us? Erin is at the church, or that's Tobee?
So there is a church. The dorm that Erin is at used to be a church. It was demolished in the early 2000s. But the facade stays as kind of like a monument, kind of like a, I forgot what they call it in the city, where it's like this landmark. It's considered as a landmark. Behind the facade is a dorm, and the reason why, like Power said, Erin is there is because Tobee worked things out to kind of repel this demon from ever kind of finding Erin. You know that Erin occasionally sees Tobee from time to time. They have a close relationship. If anybody knows where Tobee is right now, it'll probably be Erin.
Then that's where we go.
All right. Tap on your phones for a ride share. Arrives in a few minutes. You guys go cross the Brooklyn Bridge into the city. You see parts of the city. You pass Chinatown. It's bustling, as busy as ever. You hit a little bit of traffic. And on the east side of the village, you are on 12th Street. You notice this facade, kind of brick church. And behind it is a dorm building. You remember the unit number is, let's check my notes. The unit number is FH1309. You walk up to the door. Security is there. Excuse me, are you guys here to visit a tenant? Guys don't seem to... Where's your ID, ma'am? It points to you, Heather.
Oh, I don't have it on me per se, but I have a picture on my phone, if that's okay.
Okay. Not really supposed to do this. Roll me a charisma or manipulation plus persuasion.
Okay.
And I just need you to get 2 successes.
Okay.
If your dice pool is more than like double 2 successes, then you can take half and just succeed.
You said... Yeah, I'll take half, because that's 5 dice. Oh, wait, don't we round down? So
No, 5
that...
dice.
Yeah.
5 dice, round down 4. Yeah, you can auto success it. Take half.
Let's go, baby.
Okay. It's like, yeah, sure. Where is it? And are you gonna try to magically create? Okay. Let's see. Roll me. This is interesting. Okay, with your arete, roll me. If you have matter. If you have entropy.
Oh, I have entropy. Oh, please.
Sure. I'll let you help. You can add 1 die. How are you helping? How are you influencing the magic?
I'm imagining it as Heather's like looking for it, like trying to get to pull up, and maybe is getting a little like flustered, considering what had just previously happened trying to use magic. And Sophie's gonna like kind of sense that energy and sort of step in and like lean over their shoulder and kind of just be like big sister energy and like oh, remember, it's right here. And she's gonna tap on the phone, and I have the matter
Okay.
sphere. So.
All right. So you can add 1 die.
1. Okay.
So Heather's gonna be rolling with an additional die. 2 successes. I just need 2 successes. And again, you can take half of here if you want.
I got 3.
Okay.
Perfect.
And luckily enough, you click a folder and there's an ID picture, like a tenant's ID picture there. All right. Yeah, I'll buzz you in, but who are these two?
Oh, we're doing a sort of a in-person interview. I just need to take some pictures and all that sort of
Oh, okay.
nonsense.
Well, try to keep it at the common room. And he takes out a clipboard. Can you guys just sign in, please? You guys got ID with you?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I just need one ID for you, for the both of you. Just sign in, please.
Sure.
It'll be quick. Do we necessary? We're kind of on a time.
I understand. It's just policy. I'm sorry.
Yes, of course. Darling, I have it.
I just need one of them to sign in, and that's it.
Yes. Here's
When oh, you got something?
I was gonna say, can I start using my matter powers and I give her the opportunity to also grab it and use.
Yeah, and I was gonna, when it
Yes.
was handed over to Sophie, was gonna also transmute it into just something else, some other name.
Some other name? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Roll me your Arete matter. And you're just changing the name, kind of an illusion.
Both of us?
Just
Just yours. They said they only needed one.
Yeah, so whoever's passing it over to the guard rolls Arete and matter and add a die because they're both of you helping each other out.
Okay, so I can roll. So Arete, 3 matter, and then roll an extra die. Francis.
Mhm.
Oh, not my dice falling on the ground.
Oh no.
Can't see. It's dark down. Okay, is it
2
6 and up is
successes.
success?
6 and up
Okay,
is success.
I got 2 successes.
Okay. What name comes out?
Donald Balderdash.
Okay. All right, Mr. Balderdash. Okay, cool. All right, and he gives you like, kind of like guest passes. Like, yeah, take your time, whatever. Just keep it in the common room, please. You guys have a nice day. And he sits down and he starts looking at his phone.
Perfect.
This guy's just looking at, like, this guy is doing something heinous and looking at Reels instead of TikTok, and and just like, yeah, you guys enter like the revolving kind of turnstile. Elevator's just there next to the common room. You head over. I assume you guys just go straight. You're not asking for anything. As you go, 13th floor, 1305. 1309. It's right in front of you guys.
Okay, how do we want to do this? Do we just be direct? Do we try to be casual? You two are after the wind, so
We can pretend I'm Donald Balderdash and maybe use lies? Or we don't have to do that and we can simply be direct, and I think that would probably result in some kind of altercation. So, it's up to you.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. What's our actual goal here?
To get information on Tobee and
Right.
so that we can know where he is, and maybe from there
And
punch him.
he's not a mage, right?
Oh,
It's
Erin.
just a... Yeah.
Well,
Don't know.
what you recall is Erin is a mage, but
Oh, Erin is a mage.
he got his powers from making a deal with the devil.
Right. Okay. Okay, so let me retcon that. So, Erin is technically a mage. But remember, how there's that whole demon thing. We should maybe be careful with how we approach this. What if we
Yeah,
go in there and there's, as Deckard would say, debauchery?
Right. Well, and Deckard has the holy water.
Right.
Yeah. Huh.
I would say that Deckard left the holy water with the bag.
We have the holy water. So we should be fine. And if anything, if we come up against any balderdashery, then we should be able to get ourselves out and escape.
Darling, you're so confident and so just devilishly charismatic. I'm gonna lean on you.
Me. I guess I'm taking the charge.
Donald, dear, you have this.
I think before any charge is taken, Heather is just going to put the spine of Regina against the door and just ask very politely, you wouldn't happen to notice any Eamon Day activity?
Roll me charisma and persuasion.
You're right. And persuade.
And 3 successes is your goal.
I'm gonna reroll.
Okay.
Three successes.
Okay. It's just cold. Like the book is like gone a little colder. Like it's saying that there's nothing there. Like you're safe. You're fine.
Okay. Because I misinterpreted that as like...
No, it's like, warmer, colder kind of thing.
Okay. Hot and cold with demons. We love it. Well, Regina doesn't notice anything. Thank you, by the way. And they just pull the book back and gestures to the door for Mr. Donald to lead the charge.
Mm-hmm. Knock, knock, knock.
You knock on the door. You hear some shuffling on the other side. You hear somebody yell, "Submit it." After a second, the door opens, and you see somebody like standing around like 5'2", just starting to put on a shirt. You peep, kind of some scars along their chest, on both sides, and you see this Asian man, kind of like a boy, like a really young, very soft features, and you see they have like kind of like an undercut. It's like, yeah, can I help you? And their voice is a little cracky.
Yes. What's up?
What's up with you?
We are with the city council. Are you Erin?
Yeah, roll me a charisma and subterfuge.
All right, let's do this. I leveled up, so we can actually lie now.
Hell yeah.
Nope, dropped one. Okay.
I
Wow.
need you to get 4 successes.
Any way I could bring it down to 1?
If you asked for 3, I would have said yes, but unfortunately 1 is a little bit too much.
Yeah, no, just kidding. I failed that.
Okay.
Hmm.
You see Erin's eyes widen. And he looks back and he tries to bolt to a window. And as he gets to the window, you guys are there by the threshold. We're going to take a break. And yeah. Thank you for joining us tonight for our return. Wonderful to have you guys. We're just going to take a short break. I suggest you do the same. Grab some water, stand up, stretch, hydrate, and we'll be back with some announcements. And while you wait, check out our Discord and Patreon. Anyway, we'll see you guys in a bit. Howdy. We're back. Thanks for staying. Thanks for chilling and waiting for us. It was a wonderful break. Hopefully yours was too. Before we get back to the game, we're just going to have a few announcements. Biggest announcement: return of your favorite, of the fan favorite, Itaewon by Night is going to be this month. It is Asian American Pacific Islander month, and to celebrate that, we're coming back with a big bang with Itaewon by Night. Our guest list is amazing. Tuesday, May 16 will be the season premiere of Bad House and Darkness Eternal's flagship show. Catch Jay, Hamna, Youngles, Josephine, and myself roam the streets of Itaewon with new looks, new allies, new enemies in what could be a deadly season. Make sure you follow us here and on Twitter to never miss when we go live. And if you like our programming and would like to discuss it outside the live, you can check out our Discord community. It's in the About section, or you can type !Discord, which I'm going to do right now, and you can follow that link and be a part of our community. Chat with the cast. And stuff like that. And yeah, we have an amazing Discord where we can chat about these things. And last but not least, we do have a Patreon. If you're wondering how we play Mage, you can actually get a free copy of the rule set that we adjusted for V5 for free. You don't even have to pledge, but if you enjoy it, maybe think of throwing us a few bucks. Again, all the proceeds go to operations of the channel, just paying for games, paying for hosting and stuff like that. So yeah, with that, we're gonna go back into the game. Last we left off, Heather had some issues with the landlord and also their powers. That being handled later on, they decided to head downtown to NYU to try to figure out where Tobee is. Tobee being the kind of resident bad boy who's doing a lot of bad things around the city. In order to do that, they have visited Tobee's brother Erin, where they lied. Mr. Donald, what was that last name?
Balderdash.
Saying that they are from what was the lie? You were from the
I said city council.
City council.
Very believable.
Unfortunately, Erin saw through this lie and is now trying to bolt towards the window. You enter the room. There are shoes right by the door. It's a single dorm room, single occupant dorm room. You see the walls are littered with posters, Stray Kids, BTS, Jackson Wang. You see Twice there. You see ITZY. You also hear that Anti-Fragile is just playing in the background. We can't play it on stream because it's copyright, but just think about it. Like, just if you want to listen to it, just go do it. And a bunch of light wands also on like one of the dressers. And in kind of like his pajama bottoms and light t-shirt, he bolts to the window and tries to open it. This is kind of a harder window to open, and it doesn't seem that it can open fully. But to your knowledge, Erin is also a mage, so he might have something up his sleeve. What do you guys do?
So, I
Go
was just gonna say that Erin being an Asian man and there being lots of shoes by the door, gonna assume that there's maybe a pair of like house shoes by the door here. Is that
Yeah,
a safe assumption?
there's like an extra pair.
Cool. Sophie's gonna reach down and grab one of those and imbue that with magic to throw it at the window and force it to lock and like be jammed.
Okay, I need you to roll me. It wouldn't be matter. I think it would be correspondence. Yeah. I need you to roll me Arete and correspondence. If you want to add your matter, I think you can. I think you should be able to.
Okay. I'm not seeing correspondence. I see composure.
Correspondence is the first one. It should be the first one on your spheres.
Oh, spheres. Got
Yes.
it. Sorry, I'm looking in the wrong section.
No worries.
Okay, that plus Arete.
Yes. I need you to roll me 2 successes.
That's what I got, and one of them was a critical success. I don't know if that matters.
Doesn't really affect anything, but you get the successes. You channel your inner Ajumma and just chuck it.
Absolutely. Yep.
And describe to me how it soars into the air and does what it wants you to do.
Oh, this is very anime manga. Like, Sophie takes it and like, you can just see that she's like putting a lot of like thought and energy into what she wants this slipper, this house shoe to do. And then she sort of just like flings it and it does like this really cool like spinning, almost like it's like a boomerang. And there's a lock at the top of the window, the portion that you would normally lift up, and it was sort of like kind of tilted, like almost ajar, like all you'd have to do is like spin it all the way and it would open, but it slams against the bracing of the window or whatever, and it's now like magically like jammed, locked shut.
Yeah. And you see Erin looks and is like, and he kind of snaps his finger and a wand snaps into his hand. And he points it at you. I'm gonna use it. Who are you? You're not.
Just to be clear, is this like a K-pop light stick, or is this
No,
like a
it's
Mage
like an
wand?
actual like
Got it.
wooden
Okay.
wand.
Got it.
You're muted. Who was?
That's
Oh,
okay.
I thought V was about to.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. Francis is gonna raise his hands and say, Erin, we come in peace.
Then why would you lie?
Why are you in such a rush to run? You didn't even get a chance to speak with us. Also, we're on the 13th floor. I don't know if you knew that. Were you planning on jumping out the window?
I've done it
You're
before.
such-
I've done it before. It's no big deal. My
Oh,
brother taught me.
okay. Mm.
Are you
That's
devils?
kinda
Are you
cool.
demons?
No.
No, not at all.
Quite the opposite. Well, not literally the opposite, because there is an opposite, and we're not that.
No,
Uh,
not that.
No. But we are here to help. Kind of. We just want information, and we want to help solve the same issue as you. And
What
we
issue?
want the demon issue.
We resolved that a year ago.
Not really.
What do you-
Not really.
What do you mean?
And can I sit on your sticky computer chair?
Actually, it's not sticky. It's quite like you see that the room is very pristine.
Just-
Erin is very neat in his living space.
May I sit?
No,
Okay.
I need a prop.
Oh, what are we getting? What are we getting? What is it?
I need a prop. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
It just feels
Fabs
right.
really said a wand.
A
A
wand.
wand.
It's like
I just do.
it's like. Don't you take another step. What do you mean it's not settled?
I mean that your problems have become our problems. And our house was broken into because of your demon thing. And
I don't even know you. How's that even possible?
Can I introduce myself? Francis Mateo Biamonte. I lied when I said I was Donald Balderdash. Which you knew. But I'm telling you now. Just in case you
No
didn't,
shit.
and I'm actually good at lying. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Well, my name is Francis Mateo Biamonte, and this is my darling wife, Sophie, and our good friend, Heather. We are mages, like you. And recently, we've run into a bit of trouble from your brother, Tobee.
Kind of trouble.
He is doing things that are bad, and people are getting hurt. Do you have any idea why?
He kind of signs no. Roll me and any of you can do this. Roll me wits and insight.
Four successes.
Two successes.
Also 4 successes.
Heather, you can tell he knows nothing about what you guys are talking about. There is a tone of disbelief and kind of sense of betrayal. Not towards you, but it seems like it's toward Tobee. You have a feeling that Tobee probably told him that everything is fine now and nothing needs to be worried about. With the 4, you know that, but also you notice that there's a tremble in Erin's hand. The wand is sloppily held. You've seen people wield wands before. This looks like a break glass in case of emergency thing, and they've never used it before. They're afraid, but also they want to hear what you're saying. And they're hoping that this wand is a tool that they can use to extract information by fear.
My dear friend, if you could do us the pleasure of putting that down. I understand you're scared, but I don't want any of us getting hurt on accident when you did not intend to hurt us.
You see him swish and tap it forward, and you hear the door behind you slam. And they kind of do a sweeping motion and keep it on you.
Fair enough. You can keep it on me. When is the last time you saw your brother?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And nothing seemed off.
He said he was going to... He said he was going to Salem. And he'll be back in 2 weeks.
How often do you usually see your brother?
3 times a week.
Right.
Less.
Play basketball. Time to time.
Cool. Erin, no one goes to Massachusetts because they want to. So, clearly...
Did you?
Clearly something else is going on. So, I'm going to tell you what that is. My darling wife, my friend, and I were at a party. How long ago was that now?
It's about 3 days.
3 days.
Yes,
been 3 days
it's
now.
only been a few days, darling.
Yeah. Went to a party 3 days ago, which was interrupted by a sudden incapacitation of many partygoers, including myself. In walks Tobee to try and steal certain artifacts.
He raises the wand. No, that's a lie. He would never do that.
I believe you. I believe that you believe that about Tobee, but maybe external circumstances change things around.
We don't have reason to believe that he did it because it was of his own volition, in that he wanted those artifacts for himself. The type of artifacts that were on showcase there are the type of artifacts a demon would be interested in.
Why are you so quiet? And points at you, Heather.
Look, I'm just having a day. You wouldn't want me to help interrogate. Things might go a little...
Is that a threat?
Oh, do not. Hey, my friend has had a hard day. Let's maybe not make them give them any more stress than they need. Okay, so keep the wand on me. How about that?
I assure you we're not here to hurt you. Because trust me, I could have taken that shoe and conked you on the head, but I did not. I very much aimed for the window because I did not want you jumping out 13 floors, regardless of whether or not you could save yourself or walk on air, what have you. We are genuinely not here to hurt you. We're here to make sure no one else gets hurt.
Okay. I need you guys to do a collective persuasion check. I need you to roll me charisma or manipulation with persuasion. And collectively, I need you all to hit 7 successes. With the 3 of you,
We got this.
collectively.
We got this. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 4 from me, 2 of them are critical successes.
Nice. Wait, so 4 dice are success?
4 successes, 2 are critical.
So that's a 6. Because remember, criticals are counted
right,
as 4.
I constantly forget what criticals actually mean.
That's
I got 2.
fantastic.
So
Okay,
6
I also got 2.
fantastic. He starts to walk back, lean on the window, kind of lower the wand, and kind of slump, sitting and looking at the ground. He said everything was over. He said everything was fine. Telling me that my brother's alive.
I think perhaps he was looking out. I don't think he, at least, I don't know for sure. So take this with a grain of salt. But sometimes when you really love and care about someone, you want to take their pain away. And you want to shield them from the things that can hurt them and make their life complicated. And so you take on that responsibility yourself. And I have a feeling that's perhaps what your brother.
See a tear drop on Erin's face. I just wanted to be like him. I didn't want anything like this to happen. Where is T? What happened to him? Have you seen him? I mean, 3 days ago, is he okay?
We don't know. We came here to talk to you to see if you could possibly point us in the right direction.
He points over to the computer. You see a phone. I can text him.
Do you think he would respond to you right away?
He's never not.
Then that would be great.
Please don't
Again.
mention us. We don't want to scare him back into hiding.
Right. Again, we're not trying to hurt anyone. We're just trying to help.
Is he in trouble? What
Situation.
did he do? What?
Honestly, I have a feeling that if we don't find him first, he will be in trouble. We're trying to see what we can do to protect him from bigger powers and people who are not quite as understanding or empathetic. And will likely have a zero tolerance policy about the choices that he made.
You see, he gingerly steps up, leaves the wand on the ground, walks over to his phone, starts texting. Places it on the desk and sits pensively. In about 2 minutes, there was a response. But what do you want to do, Sophie?
I'm wondering if there's a way. I know that Heather is feeling a little apprehensive, but I'm wondering if there's a way that I can sort of like nonchalantly nudge Heather and kind of point to their phone to see if she can get like her phone to kind of sync up with the text and maybe get a location of Tobee.
Okay. Heather, if you would like to do that, I need you to roll me Arete and Correspondence.
That is 1 dice.
Okay. You won't
I
be
would
able
like
to do it.
help somehow, but
With 1 die, you won't be able to do it.
oh, not
Okay.
at all. Okay,
hmm
rats.
You're trying. But maybe Regina can help you.
Okay.
Because
In
remember,
that case-
Regina adds
Mhm.
three die to your casting.
Let's go, Regina.
Quintessence is just
Regina,
for
Regina,
us.
Regina.
Quintessence is only for the person who got it.
Got it.
I need you to roll me, again, Correspondence and Arete, and I need you to hit a three successes for this to succeed. If there's
Oh,
any
golly,
time that
gee.
you need to re-roll, this might be it.
3 successes.
You sit down, you open the book. Erin doesn't pay you any mind. Erin is just kind of in a zoned out mood. Takes the phone as it buzzes. As you open Regina, how do you communicate to Regina what you want?
Wait, so does he have the phone or does Heather have the phone?
Erin has the phone.
Okay. Then I guess they just they open the book wherever and put their phone onto like within Regina's pages and kind of politely communicate. I know this is a stretch, but if you can possibly gather the location of another person within that phone to mine. I know this is very high stakes spy movie, but Regina, I could really use your help.
You get a response. What's a spy movie? ? Then under the response is like ink starting to draw a map of New York City. And you're seeing Familiar Street, Canal Street, Chinatown. You see Elizabeth Street. And you see a blood red dot, kind of like an ink drop. You hear Erin pipe up. You guys want to get some dim sum?
Yeah.
Well, you're buying. He puts his phone, and he stands, he looks around. I need to put some pants on, if you don't mind.
Just
Yes.
don't leave.
Comfort is everything, but pants in public, probably a good.
Yeah.
I'll
Don't
be
jump
right
out the
out.
window when we leave.
I won't.
Thank you.
You guys wait outside.
And while they're outside, Regina did it again. We need to show her some movies. But we have a location. If might want to put a rain check. If you, yeah.
See, Heather, you're a natural at this. I knew you could do it.
Yeah, very well done. I think. May I see the map? Or?
They wheel the book around.
So just to confirm, where is it in Chinatown?
Mhm.
Okay.
Would that maybe be why we're going to get dim sum?
It could. Francis will just say, we know where he is. That's also something I don't want to do without Deckard. And I think in this case, having learned more about the situation, don't you just feel like doing something nice today? Because I do.
I mean, by all means, I'm not spending any money.
Oh no, certainly not.
The best relationships are forged over a warm meal.
Yes. Well, let's wait for the kid with the pants.
As you say that, a minute goes by, comes out. He's wearing a he's just wearing a hoodie with the Twice logo on it. And he has like a denim jacket on. He's still pulling on the back of his sneakers, and he starts locking his door. And he looks at you, Heather. You don't seem like them.
Oh, I'm new to all of this, so thank you. I guess there's nothing wrong with them. Just a little different.
If you say so. He walks and leads you. You guys exit the building. You get your ID back. The guard kind of like had a hard time finding it because there was no Donald Balderdash. It was it changed back to your name. He saw your face though. He didn't catch the name because it was too long, and he just like gave it. He starts walking towards 6th Avenue to just like walk all the way there. And you get to, I would say we're gonna fast forward as you walk with. Do you guys try to converse with him as you guys are walking or anything?
I do want to ask, did I get any texts?
That's coming. That's coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so Francis is just gonna sort of scamper up and say, so, you have powers. Well, you have a connection to magic. Is that right?
You seem like you know a lot about me, so I don't think I need to explain a lot, but I made a deal with the devil, and there was a mark that kind of acted as a contract. He gave me these powers. Then one day, my brother came to me and said that the contract was null and void, the mark was gone, but I kept the powers. It's kind of like how did he put it? Kind of like a fire hydrant. Once you open it, it's hard to undo. It's hard to close. And he said that the demon just never bothered to close it. It was more trouble than it was worth, in his words. So, yeah. That was before, the surgery and the hormones. I could have just done it with magic, but he told me not to use it as much, only if I needed it.
Sometimes I'm beginning to understand something lately. Sometimes the overuse of any advantage, can kind of disconnect you from the world around you. So I think you made the right choice. And I think sometimes it's good to live as others do. Others who don't have your specialities.
I just wanted to be like him. A hero. Someone who helped people in need. I've been trying to ask him to get me in the Marauders for all this time, and he just said that I'm not ready and it's too dangerous.
I think maybe what you need to worry about is being a human.
Having powers doesn't remove your humanity. It's what you do with them.
Much agreed. Much agreed.
That's why I can't really wrap my head around what you're saying about him.
He sounds like somebody with a good sense of responsibility. That's admirable. But it does get you in trouble sometimes.
He's a genius with scruples. What can I say? And you guys get to the busy streets of Chinatown. You get to one of the streets, and there is this there's stairs going down like a small flight to this restaurant. You see Peking duck just hanging by the window. Open the door, and the smell of garlic and ginger fill the air. The noise of woks and plates and glassware and silverware clink and echo around the walls. And there you see at the end of the restaurant at the back is shaved head, leather jacket, tattoo on the temple. Just eating a bowl of noodles. Tobee. Just regular. As if he's just a regular guy. Lights up as he sees his brother. Until he sees the three of you. And I think that's where we're going to end this game today. Thank you so much for joining us. Y'all are wonderful. Thanks for watching. I know it's late, but we had fun. Hopefully you guys did too. Yeah, catch us next week with a full party. Before we finally end, before you enter the restaurant, we're gonna rewind it a little bit. Francis, you get a text. It's Geraldine. The text says, check the address. Apparently, owner, critical condition. They're overcharging for the rent. We have a case if we want it. Want me to ask our legal team? Question mark.
Not yet.
Okay.
But thank you.
And that, we will end the session. I have been Fabian, your storyteller. You can find me here. You can find me at Rockets and Pens for my comic stuff, and you can find me here at Bad House RPG for everything that I do TTRPG. Catch me on Wednesdays with Shattered Dawn, and catch us tomorrow for Symphony of Silas, where I'll be producing. It's a wonderful JRPG inspired Ghibli-like story using the Quest RPG system, GM'd by the amazing Chris Cologne. So check that out. Let me introduce to you again our cast. Let's start with Batty. Who are you? Where can the people find you?
Yes, hello again. I am Batty. I have been playing Sophie, and you can find me on Twitch and Twitter, Bats Pajamas, VATZ Pajamas. Mostly I'm active here right now. So thank you so much for being here.
Amazing. Zach.
Hi, I'm Zach, or Z. You can find me on Twitter at ZachDevs. That's ZACHDEVS. I am here every Thursday, and I am on Stella Luna's channel every Tuesday for Bright and Blight. So catch me then.
Hell yeah. And last but not least, Finn.
Hi guys, I'm Vin at VinVoxVA on Twitter, tabletop performer and voice actor. This is where I'm at currently, but if you want to hear like my voice work, check out Dredge, little fishing mini
Hell
Eldritch
yeah.
game. But yeah, anything else you can find me at VinVoxVA and my website, vinvox.com.
Hell yeah. And speaking of Chris Cologne, Mythic Initiative is coming back soon, so
Yes!
check that out, where you can catch Vin playing one half of a twin, I believe.
Yes, and almost like the same voice. Can you believe it? Heaven. Goodness gracious, what a time. Also check out Mythic Initiative. Like,
Hell yeah.
maybe.
And yeah, thank you so much. Again, ET1 by Night coming May 16. Hell yeah. And as Joe once said, bye.